No, I'm going to keep it there.
With all respect, please take your signs down.
Well, I work for the Harris and
Walton. I don't care who you work for, man. I'm asking you with respect to respect me, and please take the signs off of my property.
Well, I was just about to say I'm going to bring more signs too. I'm just going to place it around.
Get the
support Kamala Harris and Walton.
I'm just going to tear the things up anyway.
But you don't support defunding the police?
No, I don't. Dude, are you trying to piss somebody off? Because that's what you're doing.
Well, the
Want
walls...
me to get my out? All right? And then you'll see what about defunding the police.
Yes, something recently happened. The Philadelphia Eagles just released a statement rebuking the counterfeit Kamala ads that have been put up in the city using their name. They are actively getting them removed as we speak. They say the city of Philly somehow worked with someone who put them up. We have to find out who that person or organization is because they are guilty of election interference. The boss, shelter are owned by the city. So far, we have not heard anything about art like this appearing on Skepta property. We are working with our advertising partners to have them removed. Eagle Insider put out on X.
The weirdest part about this whole interview is that it only lasted 18 minutes. 18 minutes. You gotta factor in that half of those minutes go to Dana Bash because she's really wordy, so that leaves 9. Probably Tim Walz jumps in for a couple of minutes. It's plausible that Kamala Harris only spoke for 7 minutes in the... Go.
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward in a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism. I think, sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and in an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans, really dividing our nation, and I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
So what would you do day one?
Day one, it's going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard, which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods, what we're going to do to invest in America's small businesses, what we're going to do to invest in families, for example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib. There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
Yes, when you take a closer look at this picture, you can clearly see the energy is not there. I don't know if she spent the whole week drinking or what exactly. You know, this is a point where Kamala was to sit and sell out her policies, but she is not that vibrant. The energy, you know, like someone said, she is not presidential. That is what I see here. But there are still some people coming out on social media telling me this interview was great. When I saw this lady, you know, putting out this long video, I was like, are you okay? Though I realize she's known for that, supporting this woman at all costs. It is insane. And went for her to say Kamala is going to trash Trump. According to this tweet, Rose is predicting Kamala will end Trump career at their first debate. She thinks Kamala is going to be the greatest debater we have seen so far. What is your thought? Drop that in the comment section.
Well, hey everybody, it's Friday all day. I just watched the Kamala Harris interview on CNN, and I cannot wait for the debate. She is so eloquent, so quick, so intelligent. She is the opposite of him in every way, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. That could be the final nail in his coffin right there. He's going to have to speak for 90 minutes, stand for 90 minutes, not interrupt and not like have a breakdown. I don't see that happening. And you know, the other day I was like talking about his ear, you know, when people were writing it, and I think the same thing as you. What was that all about, you know? The thing about his ear is like he does his life the way Mark Burnett taught him to do TV on The Apprentice, which is you make up a story and you stick to it no matter what. Like that the Trump organization was this huge organization with all these people. It was not. It was a small organization with mostly family members, some of whom are in prison, the head of his financial part of his world, which he's supposed to be a brilliant genius. Anyway, it's so good. Just watch it if you haven't watched it. And I just want to thank the world for inventing YouTube. Because when I was a kid, I would be so upset if I missed an episode of like Welcome Back, Kotter, because there was no way to see it unless you were lucky enough to catch it in reruns. But there was no syndicated TV back then. So the fact that rather than trying to figure out how to get there on CNN, I can just type it into YouTube and kaboom, it's like magic to me.
Yes, for some time now, I've realized this lady is suffering from TDS, the terminal one. She cannot resist, on every single opportunity she has without calling Trump's name. According to her, this interview was great, and Kamala is ready to crush Trump on their first debate. She's a good debater, according to this lady. When I look at her at a certain point, I'm always speechless because her ways of handling or hating on Trump is not working out the way she want to put it out. When Biden was there, I think I reacted to a video of this same lady going off on Trump like never before. When Trump came in now and crushed Biden during that debate, she was speechless. She could not do that same video. She did that before the debate, spewing out how Biden is going to crush Trump. Then when Trump crushed Biden, she went into hiding. Now she's coming out to say, oh, the same thing will happen. It is insane to even believe anything coming out of her mouth. I used to look at her at first differently, but when she came out against Trump at a certain point, that is when I decided to switch my thought back again to her because now she doesn't make sense at all. She just, suffering from that TDS. And immediately when someone starts suffering from that, the mentality is totally corrupt. Anything that is right, the people always see it differently.
How do you cast your vote? California. I come from a state
called intrauterine.
So when it feels like the momentum's gone. And
They took it on well. It was like
In politics is so extraordinary, which is something that should have never been allowed to.
It is like a joke to me.
Excuse me, sir. Trump or Kamala? Trump or Kamala?
Trump. Damn Kamala.
Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips.
for some people, it's already started.
But when you disrespect Kamala Harris,
But they are.
We just try to. We are Americans. I do think